this is just a quick video to show you a couple of new features that they've included in software firmware 1.49. The first is a new IR mode. So we have the single IR mode, the dual IR mode, and these are parallel, and you can sum them together or keep them wide. We have quad IR mode, so you can load up 4 different ones, blend them as you please, collapse them, make them wide. And then we have this new one, toggle to serial IR mode. So this is a throwback to their version 1, where they had a separate section in the software that you could load up a corrective IR, meaning something that you would load to adjust the speaker impedance curve. So the ReactIR II has like a Mesa 4x12 kind of curve to it. And if you loaded up an IR of like a Marshall cab with different speakers than a V30 greenback, say, how it would sound, the frequency spectrum wouldn't be the exact same as if you were plugged into that that actual cab and micing it, even though you've maybe loaded an IR that is that cab. So it's a way to more accurately achieve the impulse response of whatever speaker you're trying to load up. That said, you know, when in the studio, you might try to make it super accurate, but you might EQ the crap out of it anyway. So, but it's just kind of fun. It's a neat tool to shift your tone and to achieve something more realistic and a more realistic feel. So how this works, basically, left side, you load up a corrective IR, and it will feed into the right side where you have the parallel IRs that you can select whatever you want, and then you can blend them accordingly. So I'm going to load up one that is not compensated, so I'm just using mix 3, and just it's going to get loud for a sec here. So I have no high and low cut filters, just a bit of a noise gate, because where my amp is, it just makes a little bit of noise here. And then I just put a little bit of this just to widen it out a little bit. But this is straight up mix 3, York Audio. And then here's the one that is got the compensation IR. So serially, this compensation IR is running into that mix 3. It doesn't matter what's loaded here because this is set to 100% up here. So again, the exact same settings here. No funny business. High cut, low cut aren't in use, and just that little bit of widening. I did boost the volume on this one just by 1 because with the compensation, you're getting a little bit more low mids pop through. So not compensated. So I think that sounds pretty cool. I'm going to note too that in this compensated one, this FR match React to Mesa 4x12 comes from Tudor, a user on Gear Page that I've been chatting with, and he's been very helpful. And here is a graph that he produced. So by using this feature, he was able to grab what his actual Mesa 4x12 frequency response looks like, and it's in pink behind this yellow frequency graph, which is an IR of his Mesa 4x12 with the compensation IR that he made as well. So you can tell that by using this compensation, you can get so close, like it's bang on. So that's kind of amazing. So you just get all these extra little notches and peaks and roll off that the actual cabinet has that maybe the ReactIR II doesn't exactly simulate. It gets so close, but this gets it way closer. So I'm really excited about this. Less for 4x12 Mesa sounds, but for trying to cop sounds that aren't like a Mesa 4x12, like an old Fender amp, like a Deluxe, or like a Vox 2x12. And I think that would be really interesting because the curve of the reactor already is kind of similar to this. I would like to compensate, make it very dissimilar to this, and see if it feels more authentic, like I'm playing a Fender amp or a Vox amp when I'm loading those kinds of IRs. So yeah, that's the first thing. It's really exciting, really interesting. As for where do you get these compensation IRs? Hey, it's going to be a community thing, I think, initially. So you make them by using the ReactIR II in the software. It is this tone matcher function. So you basically can shoot an IR, a compensation IR. Keep an eye out for this, and hopefully people start sharing them, and st.Rock provides them to us maybe, or we can just start a common place where we can share them. Okay, so the second thing I wanted to talk about was the EQ. In 1.49, the EQ got a pretty wicked improvement, which is now you can increment and decrement your EQ by not just 1 dB steps, but by 0.1 dB steps. So we've got really fine resolution now on our EQ, so that's really neat. You can only get that fine resolution by adjusting it from this. If you're grabbing this, it's still going to jump in ones. So that's fine. They were just trying to make it easy because this same software is used in the phone app. So if you're trying to adjust the EQ by 0.1 on this tiny little thing, it's not going to work too good. Maybe it would be nice if this was 0.5, because a 1 dB jump is a pretty big jump. Or maybe in the app, if you can just tap it and then have the ability to type in the amount. So that's nasty, but if you really want to hone in on something, you can do it now. All right, thanks for checking the video out. Like and subscribe if you want to see more stuff about the ReactIR II. And, I'm going to be showing some more videos of some different stuff in the near future. It's lots of gear that I would love to chat about. So keep posted. Cheers.